Welcome. I'm going to share with some insight with you about your amazing mind. I'm Darlene Armstrong Smith. I'm going to share with you today this little graphic. It's the magical graphic. And this graphic is what we affectionately call the stick person. Here he is. And look at how big his head is. Disproportionate to the body, certainly. That's because we so often think of ourselves as our bodies, but really our mind is who we are. Our body is just a vessel that carries that mind around. So we have a big head, little body. The top of the mind we call the conscious mind, and the bottom part of the mind we call the subconscious mind. Now, the conscious mind is our thinking mind, and the subconscious mind is our emotional mind. And our body is where we experience vibration. You choose your thoughts. Nobody can stop you from choosing what you think. You have complete control over that. Your thoughts cause your feelings, and that's really important. Your thoughts cause your feelings. Nobody else's thoughts cause your feelings. How you interpret those thoughts may, but it's your own thoughts that cause your feelings. Your feelings are expressed in actions. Your body vibrates at a certain level, and it allows you or keeps you from doing certain things, performing certain actions. And your actions, of course, produce your results. Let's take this a little bit further. Here you've got your mind and your body, conscious mind and subconscious mind. And it's at the conscious mind level that we see, we hear, smell, taste, and touch, our senses. And in this picture, those senses are represented by the little antennae sticking out of the head. So when you see those 5 little antennae, you're thinking about your senses. But in addition to your senses, you also have an intellectual mind that has perception, will, imagination, memory, intuition, and reason. Think about those 6 items right now. This is who you are. You perceive your world. You have free will. You can choose what you will and will not think. You can't always choose what you will and will not do, but you can always control what you will and will not think. You have imagination. This is where your dreams come from. This is where all of your ideas spring from. You have memory. Memory helps you. It helps you to live. You have intuition. Intuition is so important because there is that part of you that always knows what's true and right if you'll just learn how to listen to it. And you have reason. You can reason with yourself. You can reason with others. You can reason with the universe about what you like, what you don't like, what you think, what you don't think, what you want to achieve, and what you don't want to achieve. And then, of course, we've got our emotional mind. And that creates our vibration. Our feelings are a combination of those things, and they create our vibration. You with me so far? Great. Let's move on. I'm going to take this a little bit further now. All right. Now, we're going to see our little stick person, and he's in bondage right now. He's in bondage because he's having X ideas, he's having X emotions, he's having X vibrations in his body, and as a result, he's getting X in his life. That's the status quo. That's what is safe. That's where you feel protected, where you do not have any feelings or emotions. You're in bondage. Now let's take this little fellow, and let's say that he gets an outside Y idea. Everything's X on the inside, but now he's got a Y idea. And that Y idea is, I want to open a business. I'm going to start my own business. Many of you who are listening to this are in an MLM. Some of you are in my MLM, and that's great. Whatever you're doing, You've made a choice. So let's think about this little guy for a minute, because this might be some of your prospects, and you need to understand how some of your prospects are feeling right now. So this little fellow gets an outside why idea. I'm going to start a business. Now, reason brought him there. He's in a reasoning mood. He's listening to what you have to say. He's having this outside why idea in his conscious mind. He's thinking about the reasons why it would be good to start a business. But he's got two choices right now. He can start putting emotion into that why idea, which will bring it down into his subconscious mind, or he can cast it off, turn away from it, be fearful of it. Now let's say that, okay, he's decided he's going to move forward. So your prospect has decided to go for it. So here's what happens next. He's got this why idea, I'm going to start a business, and he uses emotion to push that down into his subconscious mind. When you take a why idea with emotion and move it into your subconscious, you have created a YX vibration. Yikes! Do you know what that is? That's feeling. That's what we're talking about. That's where the feeling comes from. All of a sudden, we are adding emotion to our idea, and it changes everything. All hell breaks loose. You've hit the terror barrier. Now, the terror barrier can be expressed in any number of emotions. Sweaty palms, dry mouth, butterflies in the stomach, nausea, those things that make you want to turn and flee, run away from it. You've hit the terror barrier. Now what are you going to do? Again, you've got two choices. You've taken that emotion. You've taken that idea, you've mixed it with emotion, you've pushed it down into your subconscious mind and created this new vibration, but you still could turn around and run the other way. You can still abandon it, give it up as a bad idea, or you can have courage and you can break through the terror barrier. And on the other side of the terror barrier is freedom. How do you get through the terror barrier? Well, the number one way to get through the terror barrier is to just walk through it. Act in spite of fear. Do it anyway. Nadia Comaneci said, I don't run away from a challenge because I am afraid. Instead, I run toward it because the only way to escape fear is to trample it beneath your feet. So I challenge you today, trample fear beneath your feet. Go ahead, break through the terror barrier. If you have a prospect that you're working with that just can't get over that hurdle, who's hit the terror barrier and doesn't know how to get through it, share this idea with them. Go ahead, share this information and help them to understand what it is that they are feeling, what that those feelings come from, those fearful feelings come from, and help them to understand that if they act in spite of fear, it's success that's on the other side. It's not lions, it's not tigers or bears, it's not a crushing blow, it's not devastation. It's freedom on the other side. I wish you all the success in the world. I'll see you at the top.